Hey guys, welcome back to Pikachu's The Royal Trap playthrough. So, we just left off knowing actually what happened and who was murdered. So, let's continue. That's right. You know the staff from the inside. Not well. Do you think they talk to me? A page is too good for them, and a proper page is too good for me. But Raquel, she was a funny one. No sense, all stories. Always wanted to have a secret, to be somebody special. Secretive, resentful, eager for something above her place. Not all that unlike Dolores as it goes. That sounds like a woman willing to take part in a conspiracy. Only as long as it didn't involve her actually doing anything. She was a useless girl who leaned on others to get jobs done and couldn't keep her mouth shut. Maybe she knew something. Maybe she thought a tragic hero sounded better than a dead cutthroat. Could be she never even knew Devante, just wanted to be a part of his story. Well, she is now. An unimportant footnote soon forgotten. It is the forces behind her, behind Devante, that are of interest. And the only leads we have so far to point out back to Grandessa Marie and Duke Farad. Duke Farad married Sophia, the Grandessa's daughter. Now that they have a child, she, Rael, is the heir until I have a daughter of my own. Which gives Farad the strongest possible motive. Through Rael, he could become a regent. Also, they hate everyone. Okay, I'm pretty sure we've read this so many times. Okay, hired muscle it could be. That might suggest that he was expecting trouble and brought his own thugs. He stopped by our room yesterday evening. He said Oscar would not be able to take the throne, and that we should leave now or face retribution. He threatened you? That sounds like a threat to you. The Farad intends to control the throne. What else do you know about Farad? Does he have support? Other noble relatives? No, I believe he was clerk before his marriage. Mother said Sophia had many suitors, but Aunt Marie drove them all away. She wanted her daughter to remain unmarried to stay in the line of inheritance. Because of Caspian, she thought there was a chance I might not survive. That's an awful way to think about her own family. And a very long-standing quarrel. Is there more to the separation between Paloma and Marie? Mother says that Marie doesn't appreciate the responsibility that comes with the wisdom. She said a king must always consider the welfare of his people and guide them by his actions. It is not enough to avoid being cruel. He must actively work for the greater good, or else the weak will suffer. Pretty words, but they do little to explain the division. Well, it's not very kind, but Mother suggested that her sister is more interested in herself than her people. She doesn't care to be involved in details of agriculture, commerce, or justice. So she and her husband stay in their estate, allow their lands to fall into neglect. So she's not very popular with the common folk of Bellinor. Oh no, she is. You see, they turn requests away. They tell the seekers that they have the freedom to decide things themselves, for they think they are better off. Also, she takes less of their coin and tax than other nobles. What? No, she doesn't. She sets different taxes, that's all. It comes to the same in the end. Can't tell you that. Just what I've heard in the halls. Well, it's not true. That's exactly what Mother was criticizing. Marie takes in the same funds as any other lord, but doesn't use it as she should. Any hearth you hold, you must invest in. Or what's in the point of having rulers at all? That's why you will be a wonderful wisdom. So Marie promises her people more freedom and prosperity, even though her promises are hollow. That's, ingenious. I would totally do that. Okay. That's a dangerous combination for her fomenting rebellion. She may have her own supporters. Those must be the Maria Knights. Maria Knights! Oh my gosh, I can read now. Maria Knights that King Patrick was talking about. But Aunt Marie can't be responsible for the attack. Family does not always imply loyalty. There's nothing for her to gain anymore. She gave up. Sophia's married now. Even if I did die, the power would not pass to Aunt Marie. She controlled Sophia's choice of husband. Who says that she isn't controlling Farad? Or Farad could be acting on his own. They may have motive, but is there any evidence? Nothing as yet. I wasn't making it up earlier what I said. Demeter's folk have been keeping maids out of their rooms. That's suspicious. You also said that you knew what Farad and Sophia were plotting. I did? At the river. Oh, well, that part I made up. Thought you'd be interested, that's all. Then you have nothing useful to contribute. Perhaps you should remain silent. Whatever. No, we do appreciate having you here. You seem to have a different side to the palace than we have. Actually, I haven't seen much at all, other than books and views of my window. Not until recently. I'm not very good at this, am I? My first attempt to push my own will in politics had turned into a disaster. No, it hasn't. Things just are confused right now. That happens. When I was a little boy, I used to get into so much trouble. I would think my parents would never forgive me. But then, a few days later, the storm slow passed and everything is all right again. Tomorrow, your guests will approach on bended knee and beg to be allowed back into the palace. The musicians will strike a new tune, and the play will go on. Do you really think so? It's hard enough to imagine one of your guards wanting to harm a sweet and generous princess like you. More than one would be beyond belief. You are too kind. Are they, like, flirting in front of us? Like, seriously? Okay. Faced with such a display of sugar, Callum and Dolores roll their eyes almost as one. Oh, I would too, obviously. Okay. I wonder if my own face looks as sour. Whatever the morrow may bring, for now, we must deal with today. For the protection of the princess, we should all remain together and on guard until tomorrow, then regroup. Until tomorrow? You mean we spend the night in Cassidy's quarters? That's a bit scandalous. Scandalous! Okay, sorry, that was from a recess. Had to do that. Okay. There's plenty of space. If we find more cushions, and none of us are alone, so we are chaperoned. It'll be like an adventurous camping in the wild. I don't think the floor of a royal bedroom quite counts as a camp in the wild. With normal service cancelled, we'll need food and other supplies. Dolores, get to the kitchen and... Oh no, I'm not going out there alone again. She's right, it isn't safe. Madeline will go with her. I will what? The two of you can handle it, can't you? Right, certainly. Perhaps I'm being overly suspicious, but it seems that he's trying to get me out of the way. I suppose it gives him more time to make eyes at Cassidy. Which is a good thing. I'm not a child to cry over spilled milk. It is unbecoming of me to behave otherwise. Progress is being made. Our future looks promising. So long as we can all remain safe until the palace comes to its senses. As we leave Cassidy's chambers, we find the guards intimidating a meek little maid. Please, sir, I was only sent to deliver... Oh, this is Gaston's maid. Did you steal that? No, it's a present. He snatches a tiny box from her grasp and hands it to another guard. Have that checked carefully. Where is it from? Please, I was sent to give this to her enlightened highness. How do you know it's not poisoned? You could be in league with a pharmacist. No! Where were you the night of the ball when her highness went missing? My prince's quarters. I think you know something you're not telling us. Maybe we should take you for questioning. Please let me go. Well, it looks like the guards are still hard at work defending their princess. You see why I don't want to play errand girl. Tell the guards to stand down, obviously. She's so sad. Okay. Leave her alone. She is Prince Gaston's maid. She's not a threat. I've only met her once, and that briefly. But it seems obvious enough she means no harm. After all, she wasn't involved in the kidnapping of Princess Cassidy. You've got orders. Your orders are to guard the princess. You've done that. She'll leave now. Very well, Your Honor. Cassidy's proclamation seems to have some benefits. Dolores and I make our way down towards the kitchen through the servants' hallways. It wasn't so long ago that she was guiding me through the same halls on my quest to rescue Princess Cassidy. At least, that was what I thought what she was doing. I know now that it was nothing but a false trail. It wasn't a bad plan. She muddied the waters quite effectively. If her actions had been for a better cause, she might have been a better agent. difference between us is that she wasn't serving anyone but herself. What will you do when this is over? You said you were planning to leave the palace. That's right. I want to set up myself, farming maybe. I'd like to see something grow. So why haven't you? Why don't you want to work here? Why didn't you leave and become a farmhand? I don't want to be anyone's hand. My hands are for me. If I can buy land and grow my own food, I'll never have to rely on anyone else ever again. To get there, I'll need coin, that's all. That's why you wanted the ransom. But it wasn't yours. It wasn't right. It is more right that you're born with a silver spoon. I'm born with fleas. All I want is a chance to make a choice for myself, to be free. If I were free to choose my life, but no one is ever truly free. Okay, so I can still kind of read. Okay. As we reach the servants' entrance to the kitchens, the doors suddenly open from the other side. A woman steps out hastily that she nearly collides with Dolores. I didn't see anything. She hurries away. What was that? Afraid of thumbscrews, or thinks we are. Better get in before someone picks the shelves bare. Was she stealing food? As much as we are. We're not stealing anything. We're taking it for the princess. The kitchens are supposed to feed her. And the servants are supposed to be fed as well. So what's the difference? If you are going to make a run for it, you may as well take your share. Come on. I want to get out of here too. Are things really getting that bad? We return to Princess Cassidy's rooms, arms laden with bottles and paper packages of food. It doesn't look like there's been any trouble in our absence. The three young royals are seated around a table, engrossed in a game of cards. I can't tell who's winning. Callum's face is smooth and composed, revealing nothing. Oscar and Cassidy, on the other hand, shoot challenging looks at each other every time they lay down a pair. The princess draws another card and laughs. Her eyelids flutter with delight. Oscar smiles at her expression, his cheeks glowing. I could ask for a seat in the game, but it looks like they have all the participants that they need. It doesn't matter. My role here is to serve and protect. I can do that just as well as at a distance. We are all together and safe. We have supplies, entertainment, and guards. Despite the disruption, we will be fine. Tomorrow, everything will be different. The siege! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited! Cool things are gonna happen! Okay. As expected, a night in the sanatorium of a royal boudoir is far more comfortable than one upon an open riverbank. A wooden floor may be unyielding, but not uneven, and the princess possessed no shortage of silks and pillows to cushion our rest. However, what wakes us in the morning is not the sound of Twitter birdsong, but the sound of shouting. So I'm gonna leave this as a cliffhanger because this is gonna be so cool, and like, subscribe, favorite, comment below, do whatever, and thank you for watching.